Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Uh, so we are doing this neat little interview series, which if you've been around checking out these long enough, I interview a bunch of people within the nerdcore community, from rappers to singers, uh, music artists, and other just interesting individuals. Um, and this is a little series to help people get more, to help people kind of be introduced to some people who they may or may not know, and just help the community grow and stuff. And today, uh, I am uh, I am visited by HalaCG.
Woo! Hello. Thank you for having me
Uh,
on this incredible talk show or
thank you
interviews.
for joining in on this. Uh,
Of course. It's a really cool idea. I
yeah,
like shows.
I like it. Like it gives me a chance to talk with people who
Mm,
I've probably uh like who I've probably only chatted with on Discord, you know.
yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
but like are otherwise pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's very exciting. I've never done anything like this before. So I remember when you asked me, I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is really exciting. And yeah, I'm excited to do this.
Yeah. One thing I want to lay out there, um,
Mm.
for anyone not familiar with you and the stuff you do and make, uh, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone who is HalaCG?
Who is her? Okay. Um, I am a singer, songwriter, rapper, but like mainly singer, and also a producer who makes music for anime, occasionally the cringy Bendy and Ink Machine song, but it is what it is. And yeah, occasionally I stream Minecraft because I'm also addicted to that game. And that's basically me in a nutshell. Little synopsis on HalaCG.
Yeah. Uh, d- 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 uh, and like another thing, uh,
Mm.
just because I'm pretty sure some people are curious, where does the name HalaCG come from, if you don't
Oh
mind?
my god. Usually I keep this as like a stream exclusive, but basically, so me and my sister came up with this name when we were both really young. I was probably like 8 and she was younger, and the hull of it is just because I don't know, Hala sounded cool. We were just like Hala, and it's really embarrassing saying out loud, but yeah, so that's the hull of it. And then the CG stands for cool girls because we were two cool girls, and it's just logic that you would point that out. So I thought, it's a perfect name. And then when I started releasing music, I kind of forgot to change it and I didn't really think about changing it. So I ended up just sticking with HalaCG up until present day. That is the origin of that name.
Yeah, and I figure it's kind of worked out for you so far. Like,
Hmm.
I think it kind of stands out there.
Oh, thank you. I mean, lots of people do that thing. It's just like, oh, holla, like kind of in the same way. They're kind of like holla in the house, but like also holla. Yeah, I like the name. I think it's quite fun, and I'm glad other people like it as well. And it's fun to pretend that CG actually like means something really cool, like
Yeah,
computer games or computer graphics. But no, no, no. It's got a secret meaning. Well, not so secret anymore, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, this will probably only get like maybe 30 to 40 views, anyways. It's like not too many people.
I mean, you never know. Do not
Yeah,
never undersell yourself, my friend. I'm sure. Who knows? It'll grow as you continue.
fair enough. But yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. Uh, uh, Losing my
Um,
train of thought here.
oh, no worries.
All right.
It's quite early for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
In the
it
day.
is 10:25 in the morning
Oh
uh,
my gosh.
at the time
Imagine.
of this recording.
Mm. I woke up at 1 today.
Oh,
Uh,
I mean,
it's
you're
really.
also not the only person uh, from your time zone that I have
Mm,
uh, done this with. So, uh,
mm,
yeah, scheduling
cool.
can be a bit awkward for
Yeah.
like completely different time zones, you know? And that's
Mm,
pretty fair.
yeah. Time zones in all their glory. Really thriving.
Yeah. Uh, Actually, earlier today we were having a conversation about time zones, and
Yes.
uh, apparently, um, apparently, HalaCG lives in both BST and
No.
GMT.
I was being really stupid. I've been this whole time, right, since October when it changed from BST to GMT. BST stands for British Summertime, by the way, which is should have been a clue into me thinking that it's probably not BST right now. But for the past things, I've literally on my Twitter as well, like for the Azula song, I was just like, oh yeah, coming out at 4 p.m. BST. And I'm really surprised that none of the UK like squad kind of called me out on it. Or kind of, I don't know, maybe I was like cancelled by them secretly, but just, oh my goodness. That is just,
Yeah,
it is what it is, I suppose, but
yeah.
like,
No one's gonna want to collab with you anymore.
I know. Who, knowing not knowing the difference between BSC and GMT, like who do I think I am? Unbelievable behavior. Imagine. Mm,
Yeah.
that's basically, yeah.
So, uh, one thing that I usually talk about um, is how we how we all have gotten started with whatever we've been doing. For you, it's mostly been the whole music thing um, within the nerdcore community, and I was wondering how did you get started doing music,
Um,
whether it's been nerdcore or just in general.
well, it's a interesting story. I remember when I'm not sure what the equivalent is in America, but like year 7, so, oh, like 11, 12 or something. Maybe a bit older. I made a Do you know Steven Universe? Like that TV show?
Yes, I do.
Yes. I was a massive fan of that, and I, to be honest, still kind of am a massive fan of it. But I was watching it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing show. I mean, me and my best friend, we just like watched it all the time. We are talking about it. And I went home and I was like, I bet I could write a Steven Universe song. And so I wrote this really dodgy song called Steven and I. And it was, oh my goodness. I've made it unlisted on YouTube now because I cringe so hard whenever I hear it. But I showed it to my friend and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. Like post it, post it." And I was like, "Okay." And there's this app called Amino where there are lots of kind of little communities and you can have little communities for different things. And I was on the Steven Universe one and I posted it there. And I got loads of comments like, "Oh my gosh, this is really good. You should make more music." Like blah 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 blah. And oh, I really like your voice and things like that. And I think just the kind of positivity from that, I don't know. I liked getting complimented, or I literally,
Don't we
I
all?
liked making, I like making the music. So I kind of just continued to make Steven Universe songs, many of which I will not name, and then that kind of progressed into Bendy the Ink Machine and Five Nights at Freddy's. And then from there, I met like CG5 and Kyle music. And then I don't actually know how I got into making anime music. Oh, I do. Zach Boucher asked me to be on his Super Smash Cypher, and
Oh
oh
yeah.
my gosh, that verse was just my first time rapping. It was something else. But from there, I think I listened to more of his music, and then like Rustage and people. Yeah, I ended up thinking, oh, I'll try it, and here we are. Sorry, that's a very long-winded answer.
Uh, that's fine. Uh, I've definitely had longer answers to similar questions.
Mm.
Uh, I somehow ended up uh, turning Freest interview to a episode of the Breakfast Club, you know?
Oh my gosh. Just like a combined episode of stuff.
Oh, that is my alarm.
Oh no.
I almost because it's so early.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wait, it went off. Not cutting it out. Anyways, so I'm pretty sure that also covers like sort of how you got into the community as a whole. You kind of
Mm.
talked with people through an app and through Zach Boucher, and then
Yeah. I think so.
yeah, and that's pretty cool. Um, I know a lot of other people, um, that I've talked to have, uh, and I say this even though it's only been like 3 people, uh, that I have talked to about this, but they've
Mm.
kind of gotten into the community through uh, someone on the UK side, like Rustage or Schwabity, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. The UK trio, is it? I think
Yeah.
that's what they're called. Yeah. They're very cool. Hmm.
All right. So one thing uh, I found interesting about the year 2020
Mm-hmm.
is, yeah, even though it's not been the best year for everyone, for the nerdcore community, it's been pretty much a blast. Just because there's been so much growth for just about everyone, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, with Among Us and all that as well blowing up, and then songs around that really taking off. Mm.
yeah,
Definitely drawn many new faces.
and uh, one thing I wanted to ask is, um, like, trying to get back on my train of thought here. One thing that I wanted to talk about is personal growth from this year,
Mm.
where you saw yourself around the start, um, and how you think you have improved with your craft and uh, your audience this past year.
Oh my goodness. Give me a second. I'm just gonna go to my YouTube channel real quick. I can't. I've got. Fun fact. I've got a terrible memory. Like absolutely, like so bad. I can't actually remember. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is. I didn't realize I did the Kakagori cipher this year. Jesus.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that cipher.
Thank you. Oh, I love that cipher. That's one of my favorites to do. Um. Okay. I mean, looking at this, so at the beginning of the year, I feel like. I mean, I knew at the beginning of the year I had a lot to improve on, and I still do now. But I feel my goal for the beginning of the year was less about kind of reaching a subscriber milestone or like certain amount of views, etc. But kind of improving and kind of getting to a more professional sound. And I mean, since then, I feel like I have definitely improved. And I was actually talking to Tyler Clark Productions, aka Tyler Clark, the amazing producer, about my Azula song recently. And he was showing me lots of new kind of mixing and mastering techniques. And that in itself, just that one little kind of call, absolutely changed everything. And I mean, I feel like I'm slightly better at mixing and mastering now, but I still have a long way to go for sure, but I've definitely improved to the point that I think I would have liked to from the beginning of the year. Um, Far from perfect, but not as bad. And yeah, it's been a good year, I feel, because every lots of the songs I've been doing, I've made it a point to like have consecutive songs in different styles. Like the Nezuko song was kind of lo-fi, you know, and then the Danganronpa song was, I don't know, electronic, a bit mad. Azula song more kind of pop, KDA style. I've just been trying to pick up little techniques from different styles of production, and I think it's gone well.
Yeah, so pretty much for the bulk of the year, you've been experimenting with a little bit of this and that, trying to see
Yeah.
what all sticks, you know? Uh, would that
Exactly.
be a fair way to put it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
You've really kind of captured the essence of that ramble and just like put it into a clean sentence. Very, very cool.
yeah. But, and I feel like that's been the case for a lot of people in the
Mm,
community, especially because everyone's got a little bit more extra time, so they're putting in work towards trying to find what works best for them, uh,
yeah.
like how to improve certain things. And
Mm,
so far, the results for just about everyone's been pretty amazing. I know, I know, compared to, uh, so I'm gonna use uh, you rapping as an example, if you don't mind. But
oh, sure.
compared to like the first couple things I've heard from you to
Mm,
like now, you've definitely you've definitely had a good bit of improvement.
thank
Um,
you. Yeah.
like I want to say, um, one of the one of the verses I've heard from you rapping, uh,
Mm.
that I enjoyed a lot. I believe was on one of actually pretty, it was the uh, stuff you did with um, the Avatar stuff is what I'm trying to think
Mm.
of. Words that
Oh,
I can't get out of my mouth.
are you? Do you mean the Avatar cipher?
Yes, that.
Oh my gosh, that was a blast. Thank you though. I mean, definitely. I feel like it wasn't that long ago since because I know lots of the people in the community um have a long history with rapping. Like they've done it for a few years and then they join the nerdcore thing and like they've kind of got some experience already. And some people don't as well. Uh but I feel like I didn't really think it through, you know, when Zach Boucher asked me originally to like rap on this thing, and I had absolutely no rap experience. I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely, could do, can do, 100%. And then I was there, and I was like, rapping is actually really hard. And I'm glad that you you think I've improved since then because that was not a very good time for my hashtag rapping career. Um, but yeah, I've been recently kind of trying to listen to more rap music and listen to kind of sorry, not listen, like study almost. I mean, I don't want to say study because that makes me sound like a massive nerd, like studying how to
I
rap.
mean,
But
this
at the
is
same,
nerdcore we're talking about.
that's true.
Everyone's got
That's a
something
yeah,
they're nerdy
great
about.
point. 100%. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to learn a bit more about it so I can do better on future ciphers and things if people ask me. Yeah, I will try.
Yeah. Uh, and also speaking of collabs and stuff,
Mm.
out of a lot of the collabs you've done, like on other people's stuff that you featured on, what would you say was like your favorite thing to work on with someone else? Because
Hmm.
I know I know a lot of I know recently a lot of people have liked the thing you did with Breton Boy,
Oh
uh,
yes,
that
that was
Kakaguri
really
song. That was
gamble or die.
that was definitely
Yeah.
something.
Ooh, thank you. Well, it it kind of depends because I really like working with Breton Boy on the Kakaguri uh track. But that was less to do necessarily with the music and more just because I was working with Reeton. He's really cool. And I've been wanting to work with him for a fat while, and I hope I get to work with him again. But then other collabs, like I co-wrote a song with CG5 a while ago, his Bendy Link Machine song Masterpiece. And I really like doing that just because it was a new experience, and I haven't really collaborated with people just songwriting for them. And I really like that whole kind of process, creative process, working with him. But then also, I really like There are so many collaborations I really like, but I really like the Phantom Troop cipher with None Like Joshua as well, because I feel like that verse, because my sister, younger sister, she's a massive fan of Hunter x Hunter and knows all of the little details. And when I was writing the verse, I showed her, and she was like, "Oh, that's really really good. Like I see like that reference there." Um, and when it was out, she she makes it a point to tell me whenever like I catch her listening to it because she listens to it behind me and I can hear it through her headphones, which is really sweet. She always tells me, "Oh, this is your best verse. Like you really stepped it up on this one. Like keep doing it like this." And I don't know. I just have good uh memories related to that one. There's lots of different reasons to like collaborations, and I feel like I have for every different reason there's a different collaboration, which just pops into my mind. But I mean, every collaboration is always just really really special, because it's a chance to peer. It's not only a chance to kind of collaborate and grow, but it's also a chance to kind of peer into somebody else's creative process and like I don't know, get a feel for different techniques and things, and just talk to new people. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
like the a lot of people this year have actually been growing through the collaborations that they've been doing with other artists. Uh,
Mm,
and
100%.
I'd say you put it pretty well that you learn a few tricks here and there from the people that you end up working with. And
Mm,
that's one thing you like to see is people helping others with their personal growth, you know?
yeah, 100%. Like the music industry is largely built on, collaborations and networking, so it's only only natural that nerdcore would be as well. Or every creative industry, to be honest, I suppose.
Uh,
Music especially, in my
yeah,
opinion. I'm no expert. Yeah.
and that's fair enough. Um, so moving away from music for a bit,
Mm.
because you did mention Minecraft. Uh, I do want to ask, what got you wanting to, uh, especially like the whole streaming bit? What got you wanting to do? What got you wanting to like stream stuff like Minecraft and anything else you might be streaming?
um I mean, I'll just quickly the music streams, like music production streams. I've been doing those for a long while, like all the way back on my channel, and I just really like the chance to kind of talk to subscribers and even just not subscribers that happen to find it, and just talk to people. And it's kind of like that's kind of almost a collaboration in itself because I'm doing something creative and people are kind of bouncing ideas off of each other. And I don't know, it's a nice atmosphere. And then Minecraft, if I'm being honest, I just recently, I mean, it's not even funny anymore. Like, I say this with a smile on my face, but oh, it's like properly impacting my life in not very good ways. But I play Minecraft so much, like every evening from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And like, that's why I wake up at 1. I play so much Minecraft Bed Wars on the Hive server, not Hypixel. The Hive is better, in my opinion. But just I I am obsessed with that game. And then I think it was Thigh High Senpai, or maybe it was Stargirl. It was somebody on Twitter, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking of streaming on Twitch more." Uh, and that I was kind of thinking like, I mean, if I'm gonna waste my life away playing this game, I mean, even if no one watches, I'll feel more productive if I'm streaming it. And also, I just thought it would be a cool idea because then I could show off, even though whenever anybody watches me, I absolutely just mess up everything. And it's only when I'm absolutely alone and there's no way to prove it that I'm good. And of course, I would say that, but it's genuinely true. But yeah, I just thought it would be a fun idea. And so I went and did it. And I'll probably do it again because it's 50% of my life at this point. And that'll only increase. But what can I say?
Yeah.
At least it's a social addiction.
Fair enough. Like I feel a lot more people have been getting more into Minecraft again recently, which is really interesting.
It's funny how trends come and go and then come back.
Yeah, like I know earlier in the year I saw Rustage and like a few other people starting to play Minecraft on Twitch, and
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
something I haven't seen as much for a minute. But
I remember, I think I was on that for like one stream.
Yeah.
I was just on his realm trying to build something and being terribly like paranoid of spiders. Oh, I can't deal with my spiders. But yeah. Sorry, random tangent.
Oh, tangents are perfectly fine. In fact, I welcome tangents because they can be pretty fun.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, but still on the subject of Minecraft, I've been kind of like off and on it myself as well. I haven't played it for a few months, but when I do, I play it for like a good while, and then I get bored, and then I'll start doing stuff like just throwing around TNT and see what happens.
As
It,
you do casually.
and then I stop for like another few months. And I'm also thinking about getting into it.
I mean, if you ever find yourself on the Hive server playing Bed Wars, hit me up, my friend.
Alright.
I will show you around. Though to be honest, I don't know how much I'll be able to show you. We'll see. I'm not the most pro in the game, sadly, but I try.
No worries. What you got there, by the way?
Sorry?
You drink. What you got there, by the way? That
Oh,
you're
just
drinking?
a cup of water, and
Oh.
I've choked on it like twice in this interview. Oh, it's basic skills I'm just not equipped to deal with. Drinking water, absolutely cannot. But
I've been sipping on some tea and trying to do so carefully because if I'm not careful, my model will spaz for like a second.
ooh. Careful. That sounds nice. Tea. I don't really drink tea that often. I mean, it's not because I don't like it. I'm extremely lazy and I can't be asked to make it, so I just drink water instead.
I actually love tea a lot. It's one of my favorite things to drink because there's so many different teas out there and so many different ways to prepare it, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. Like the process. Incredible.
Alright. Trying to remember something else I was going to ask. And it's completely slipped my mind.
You're no rush. So good.
There is one thing. Since at the time we are recording, it's like a few hours before the Stevie Awards.
Yes.
And I was wondering, how excited are you for that? Especially because I believe you were nominated for something. I can't remember
Really?
what. I have to double check.
I
I could be wrong.
don't think I am. sadly. If it's the Twitter polls, then sadly not. Though I did vote in all of them, and I know who I want to win some of them, but I'm not gonna out myself like that. Uh,
Oof.
I'm really excited to see how it goes. I mean, one question I do have is that if the polls are the categories, and everybody's already voted in the polls, doesn't that mean we kind of already know who's like won all of them? Or am I being really stupid and there's like another factor?
I actually think I think there's a few factors, but the
Yeah,
Twitter polls kind of help build up hype for it.
got you, got you.
And like
Awesome.
you're asking an audience on just one specific platform instead of like looking at the factors from all of the other platforms, you
Yeah,
know? So
that's
I
right.
think it's more of a fun thing that
Got you.
he was doing instead of like, hey, help me decide who gets this award, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, got you. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I'm very excited to just kind of see how it goes. There's never I don't think. I mean, I don't think there's been anything like this before in the nerdcore industry, like a kind of mini awards ceremony things. And I remember when I first heard Shawari mention it on his stream, I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a nerdcore awards! That's so cool!" And do not, I have not changed my stance. And yeah, I think it'll be an interesting experience. And who knows, maybe if it goes well, it'll become like a yearly event.
Yeah, like this is the first time I've seen anything like this for uh, really any smaller community.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you think of how much nerdcore's grown, but it's still relatively small compared to a lot of other communities out there.
Oh, definitely. It's like
Um,
quite niche.
so seeing people come together and do a whole awards show for not even just the music artists in the community, but just the community as a whole.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like it's one thing that completely blows my mind.
It's amazing, honestly.
And
Props to Shawbody and those who are co-hosts.
and I guess since I'm talking about this, I'll put it out there because this will be uploaded well after uh, today.
Mm,
But anyone who sees this, go check out Schwabiny's channel for like the highlights and stuff of the Stevie Awards because it's gonna be good.
mm.
Uh,
It's gonna be great. Yeah, and also his music in general is amazing. So
yeah,
shout
uh, yeah, definitely shout out Schwabiny. Uh, I
out.
feel like he's been one of the major driving forces within the community. Uh, him,
Mm,
Rustage, uh, Rustage, and LJ, with like the mass collabs that they do and the
mm.
stuff that they do on stream has definitely been helping people
Yeah,
grow.
I feel like Daddy Fat Snaps as well.
Yeah, and
It's like
oh
his
yeah,
music
Daddy Fat Snaps too.
absolutely wild. Maybe Game Boy Jones as well. All of like
Yeah,
the big
really,
hitters.
really, yeah, definitely all of them. If I'm being
Mm,
honest, uh, I'm
absolutely.
just naming the people that come to mind
Oh
off
yeah, yeah.
like just offhand.
Mm, for sure. Just like screen capture everyone's channel and just like have this 100 long list of absolute, I don't know, absolute G's. Oh.
So I guess still on the subject of awards and stuff. If
Mm.
if you two win an award for something that you've done this year, what would you think it'd be for? It doesn't have to be anything listed uh, from like
Um,
the Stevies, just something that you think you've done super well on that you think other people will appreciate just as much.
uh, well, that's a really difficult question because I feel like everything that I'm kind of proud of myself for doing, there's at least one person who can do it better. Let me. Hmm. Just scrolling through my videos. I mean, this is like such a cop out answer because I'm literally, I think, the only person who's done this within anime. I could easily be wrong though. Fact check me. Uh, maybe. Uh, because I've got an all women rap cipher coming out soon. And then also the Kakegurui rap cipher was all ladies. Maybe the person who's done the most all female rap ciphers. What an award. Uh, yeah,
Best
two
all
entitled.
female rap cipher of the year. This
Best out of one. But what can I say?
I mean, to be fair, the Kakaguri cipher is
Mm.
actually one of my favorite ciphers, just because,
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
like, aside from it being all female, I feel
Mm.
like because it's a lot of, uh, they're mostly voice actors that you brought on.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, they all did an absolutely
so,
amazing
like,
job.
instead of it just being a bunch of people who have experience with music, it's a bunch of
Mm.
people who uh, are more or less voice acting the characters. And despite not having
Yeah.
as much experience with music, it's very well put together, I would say.
Mm. I agree. Like I'm looking back on it, I would like to thank my past self for kind of um I don't know, not to be honest, I remember when I was putting that one together, I it was quite difficult finding enough women to do that. And I remember kind of thinking to myself, oh I'll ask these actresses um and because I'd heard some of them on rap ciphers and they did absolutely amazing, like mad talent on Rustage's class 1A cipher and also other ciphers before that. And I'm very grateful to them that they said yes when I asked them. It's like this small channel is like popping along and be like, hey there, would you like to rap on this Kakaguri cipher? And you know, if they didn't say yes, like bruh, I don't even know what would have happened to that project. It would have taken much longer to come out, and I don't think it would have been as good.
Yeah,
So yes, thank you to them,
like yeah,
namely
that's
Garbage
one
God.
thing. That's another
Mm,
thing I like about the community is, well, you see a bunch of guys on like the mass collabs, but you're now also starting to see a bunch of female artists as well as a bunch more just you're seeing a bunch more uh, female voice actors and stuff as well,
mm,
just joining into community who don't even have experience, and that's another thing that's just been helping the community grow.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
at first I saw, at first I've been seeing stuff where it's like a cipher or a mass collab, and it's 100% a dozen guys, and like
Oh yeah,
the past, well, like about a year ago, I started seeing more and more stuff featuring you, Sophia Dare,
yeah.
um, Stargirl, um,
Mm,
who, and those two aren't even really experienced in music either, but they've be, they've become really big figures within the community.
oh yeah,
Despite that,
absolutely. Mm. I mean, I feel nerdcore in itself, especially as it's based so much around anime and then anime itself. I mean, I don't want to kind of make any sweeping statements, but often in anime, unless it's something like Kakaguri, the main character slash characters are usually men, and the villains. I mean, if you even check out Rustage's Shonen Villain Cipher, which is amazing, it's all men, just
yeah,
because
and
often in anime, especially as like there are lots more male characters than female women. I don't know, female characters or
Yeah,
female
and
often.
that's actually a very fair statement. Uh,
Yeah.
so
So I mean, that in itself tends to lead to lots of all men ciphers, very few all women ciphers, because most shows don't have enough female characters, let alone female characters that are connected in a certain way that would kind of make sense for them to all be rapping together. Uh, and in turn, that kind of makes less chances for female artists to kind of have a spot on things. Uh, and for example, maybe Demon Slayer or something like that. The kind of main three. I mean, I suppose there's Nezuko as well, and she's awesome. We do not forget about her, absolute queen. But kind of shows like that, shonen shows, it can be difficult. I feel to kind of include female rappers to the same extent that you would male rappers. But at the same time, there are far fewer women in the community, as you were saying.
yeah,
So at the same time, I suppose it's kind of proportional. But yeah, it's a shame. But
yeah. Uh,
still, love all the shows.
I will
No.
say, another aspect of the growth, that I've noticed is there's also more and more shows and games and stuff coming out where there's more prominent female figures in the shows. Like you
Mm,
have Kakagure,
yeah.
where like 90% of the cast is female.
Mm.
You've got the Promised Neverland, which
Oh, I love
the
that show.
main the like main girl is, or
Mm.
yeah, the main character is female.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
you've
really
got
great to see.
a bunch of new isekai series that are
Mm.
female protags. So that's seeing that sort of seeing that stuff start spawning. I feel is also adding to more people, more female artists getting into making music about these characters.
100%. Yeah, it's really great to see. And I mean, some shows, honestly, they write they're written so well, and it's it's just so great to see shows where, I mean, let's say Attack on Titan, where, I mean, the one of the few female characters, they're kind of like badass and awesome,
Yeah,
and it's
Mikasa.
really nice to see that kind
Yeah, like
of.
I have like I could be wrong, but I don't think I've seen much. I don't think I've heard any songs where someone's rapping or singing about Mikasa, which uh,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
think I would
Savvy.
wait.
Uh, mm, I think Savvy Huga did one, for her. Fairly sure, or maybe I'm not sure if that was a general Attack on Titan rap or a Mikasa. Uh,
I know there's probably been a couple things where it was like a group like a group track, but
mm.
like there's a bunch of Aaron Yeager, there's a bunch of
Levi,
yeah, there's a bunch of
Captain
Levi,
Levi. Yeah.
which I
Mm.
mean for Levi is completely understandable because he is a very well written character.
Yeah,
Uh,
very, very popular. You could say.
yeah, uh,
Very cool.
but then again, uh, like just on a complete side note, we can all just say fuck it, and all the girls start rapping about like Naruto, uh, or like
Mm.
uh, or like rapping about Luffy instead of
Ooh.
trying to fit into like just rapping uh, about
Mm.
the female characters in a show, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've got some after I remember I was a little nervous about releasing my Tokyo Ghoul kind of song, which was from the main character's point of view, who's a guy. Uh, and then when I released it, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is really good." And that was really really nice because I was worried. I don't know why, it was a silly worry about it. And so since then, kind of in the works. I mean, they're kind of in the works, kind of like still in the idea stage. But I've got lots of song ideas and things soon for lots of male protagonists and people and villains. Oh, I love villains. Villains are so fun to write for. But yeah, I've got some stuff coming out, and I think Sailor Love does so many good songs from the point of view. I think she did one from Tanjiro from Demon Slayer point of view. Or no, sorry, not Tanjiro. Uh what's the guy called who has the boar heads and the swords that are chipped?
Uh,
Uh that
I,
dude.
I, I,
But
I
she
suddenly had
made a
his
really
name
good
in my
song.
head, and now I can't remember.
Oh, same. It was like right there, and I was like, oh, what is it? But she did an incredible song for him, and I think it's like the best song for him that I've heard, honestly. And it just shows uh, it can, yeah, you can do anything if you believe.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean,
villains.
there's also like, uh, aside from main characters, there's also just uh, like main words. Aside from like the protagonists and the villains and stuff, there's also like background characters or characters
Oh,
that
for
are
sure.
only really relevant for like uh, few episodes or like one arc or so. Uh,
Mm.
and then you've got like none like Joshua making. You've got like none like Joshua making an Ichiraku ramen song. Uh, I think Sailor You Love, as another example, did a song about one of the that one demon with like the balls that she throws as weapons.
Oh, though, yeah, that's awesome.
I can't remember her name either. I don't know
Neither
why.
one of the 12 moons, or was she a fake 12 moon? I can't remember.
I
But
think she
yeah.
was. Yeah, actually, I think she was one of the 12 moons. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I'd have to
That looks really
rewatch.
cool though. With the arrows and things and Nezuko being awesome. No spoilers. But yeah, that was really good. Oh, I need to watch that song then. We need a cabbage guy from Avatar, the Cabbage Man
Yes.
rap or something. Oh my cabbages! Oh, that would be great. Mm. I feel like none like Joshua could pull that one off really well.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he did just completely take a character that's, uh, well, hell, like Zach Boucher could do a Cabbage Man song, especially since he put together a very well written verse for a character that literally has a single page in the manga.
Oh my goodness. I mean, knowing Zach's work, I feel like from just the Cabbage Man alone, he could create an absolute masterpiece, like deep backstory, like the inner feelings and inner demons, and just like make it like a proper deep rap about the Cabbage Man. Oh, I would love to see it. I feel so many of Zach's songs. Sorry, this is really random. But I feel like so many of Zach Boucher's songs like are so not. I don't want to say underrated because like obviously, he's just amazing, doing really well and everything. But I feel like they don't blow up as much as I would have thought they do. I mean, I'm not saying at all he's like doing
Yeah,
badly, but it's just like I feel like his videos are just to such a high quality. I'm
yeah,
surprised that like because lots of Rustage's raps and things do well, rightfully so. But I feel like Zach Boucher as well, kind of also is on that same level and just absolutely kind of vibing to the stars and beyond. Uh, I want to see them all grow,
yeah.
grow.
I actually, uh, I 100% agree about the whole Zach Boucher bit, because
Mm,
I'm surprised that like his stuff does very well. I'm just surprised it doesn't do better than it has been. Like
mm.
you look at one example is uh the Full Metal Alchemist song that he did.
Yeah.
Uh, that was like the video itself alone was put together just very cinematically. Uh, like
Mm.
cinematically, it was just very beautiful. You know, like the editing that went into that.
Yeah.
And
For real.
I think that's one of the things he does very well outside of music is like he makes sure the video quality for the stuff that he makes is as good, if not better. Uh, like hell, if he made a shit song, he'd have a video that like you don't even realize this song is shit.
It just
It's just
carries it.
like
Yeah.
not that he has anything that's shit because like this whole year you literally hear, oh man, I love Zach Bichet's voice uh,
Mm.
from like every reaction video you ever seen. Uh,
Yeah. It's
so it's
really,
like
really strong.
I feel like he could perform like his I feel like his stuff should be able to perform better than it does.
100%. Yeah. Through no fault of his own.
Yeah,
Just
and that's
100%.
perfectly fair.
Mm.
I mean, some people just don't have as good of luck as others, which is like just a completely separate factor. Even with a lot of work that people's putting out,
Yeah.
like some people have put out stuff that should have like other people have put out stuff that you would have performed very well. Like Rustage put out Kanye, which
Mm.
is an amazing song and an amazing video, and uh, like half the community of art like fellow music artists that uh like surround him are like baffled at how little how much it underperformed compared to like his other stuff,
Yeah.
which definitely which sucks, but like damn.
I mean, I suppose it's just the audience kind of, but because obviously he's primarily a nerdcore, like incredibly good nerdcore rapper. It's just it's sad that it kind of works that way, where it's like if it doesn't fit exactly into what your content usually is, it can just underperform when it should be way up performing. Hmm.
Yeah.
It do be like that.
And so I will say that we kind of did derail it a little bit. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, thinking about it, we've kind of turned this from less. This has kind of turned from less of an interview to more gassing other people up instead, which
Woo!
it which is definitely fun in its own right.
It's like a discussion.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I like talking about other artists and like because anytime I talk about anyone else, it's usually something positive because
Mm.
everyone's been uh, everyone's been grinding this year. You know, I
Yeah.
think
Oh, that's good to hear.
everyone deserves attention.
100%. Yeah.
Uh, what
Uh.
one thing I want to ask, um, because you did mention this a few minutes ago.
Mm.
Uh, is there anything that you're currently working on that you might be excited to talk about? Uh, like,
uh.
like you don't have
uh.
to, obviously.
Oh no 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 no. I will oblige. If I'm being honest, I tend to make stuff very last minute, so there's only really been one project at the moment that's kind of I've been working on for a long time, and then everything else is just like the week before the upload day. I'm just like, I need to make something really quick. But so I'm working on this cipher, which is really cool. Hosting another cipher for like I haven't done one for a while. And I won't say what it's about, though as soon as the time I'll probably kind of put out the introduction screen where it kind of goes through all the different names and then also the characters, so you'll probably get an idea of what it's about. But the beat is quite different than what I usually make, just because um usually there's an overarching theme often in a beat, because it's like all for one all for one kind of vibe overall. Like the Phantom Troop cipher, it's got that whole thing. And the Ten Commandments cipher, which I really, really, really like by none like Joshua. It's kind of got that whole dark choir essence going the whole way through. Whereas this beat, it's very different vibes, and it kind of can switch between minor and major. So I am kind of worried about releasing it, just because I'm worried that people are gonna say it might not flow as well. But I really, really hope that they can look past that, because there are some really, really good verses on this. And all of the and it's an all women cipher, and all of the ladies absolutely have killed it. Just one more
I'm sure.
verse, and then it's ready to go almost. Oh my gosh, the mixing. I'm sorry. Whenever I think about this cipher, just the mixing, the task of mixing it, which has been going absolutely terrible so far because it's just not my strong suit. It just I will fix it. I will make it good. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of have the final project. So like after I've done all the mixing, got the video back, I'm very excited to just kind of have that to watch, because I think it will be very, very cool. And I think people will like it, hopefully.
I'm sure people will like it.
Mm.
I have a guess myself as to what it might be, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, feel you could like ask me after if you want. I'll
oh,
just confirm or deny if
yeah,
you want to.
yeah. I'll probably ask you after this because I am curious.
All
And
right.
you can absolutely just uh, you can absolutely deny it even if I am right. I don't mind.
I mean, I don't mind telling you. I doubt you'll I don't know expose me to the world. So I mean, yeah, in a bad way. So I do not mind telling you at all. And you're very nice.
Thank you.
Mm.
Like I've noticed a lot more people have been saying that about me, and it's not something I'm used to. Like
Well, you
that
are.
I've met so many nice people this past year, uh,
Mm,
and everyone's amazing.
that's cool. That's very, very nice.
Yeah, like
I use the word nice like once I say it once, I end up just saying it like a million times. Sorry about that.
oh
Repetitive
no, you're
speech.
fine. Like uh, just kind of thinking about it last night, or not even last night, yesterday.
Mm.
Schwabity tweeted out that one thing, and it kind of made my whole weekend.
Oh, that's nice. That's very
Yeah,
wholesome.
he was like in a tweet. He was like, and here's the most outstanding personalities, and it's like me, Basilov, uh,
Mm.
Lyndon VA, and a couple
Oh,
of other people that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do
mm.
know them. Uh,
Yeah.
and they're all really nice people.
Mm. I mean, it's really nice to see like in nerdcore the kind the how everyone is so the average niceness throughout like the whole community is very high, because there will always be those few people which are like really not nice and kind of rude and things, but
Yeah,
the vast majority of people, especially I feel because it's so nerdy, I, f- I feel like if you're a nerd, you can still be an asshole if you're a nerd, but it's less likely. Like if you're into all of this nerdy stuff, I feel like you've kind of got that nerdy personality, and you'll talk to other nerds, and there'll be far less judgment than if you were to release some nerdy music into mainstream communities, or like pop, let's say.
yeah,
You get, I feel, a lot more judgment, and people will be less accepting. But I feel because everybody has this shared interest of anime and video games, it's a very supportive and friendly place, and it's very very nice to kind of see and be involved in every day.
Yeah, like and like piggybacking off that, some
Mm,
one of the things I've noticed is like the uh bulk of the community is just really open arms, you know.
mm,
Uh, and I feel like you're kind of right in saying that. Um, a lot of the people who are into nerdy stuff, uh, like because because generally speaking, nerd culture is more or less alternative, sort of outcast kind of stuff.
yeah.
When you think about it, or at least that's how that's where it's been for a while.
Mm,
So like you have a community of people who are uh like who come from like the more alternative outcast sort of um side of society where uh we just want to come together and share interests and stuff. So you got
yeah. Something cool.
yeah, and uh, I was gonna say something else, and my brain just kind of.
Oh no. I mean, to be
I
fair,
was going
it's the
somewhere
early
with that.
morning.
Yeah, it's like
I have no excuse. Mm.
yeah, I've been up for a little bit, and so my brain's probably still lagging a little.
Oh no. No
Yeah,
worries.
I know I was going somewhere with that, and then I crashed.
Maybe it'll come back to you in a
Yeah,
bit.
uh, I do feel I should probably move on before I start rambling and sound kind of dumb.
No, no, no. I mean, it's all up to you, my friend.
Uh, well,
Okay. So I'm just adjusting something on my microphone real quick. Something has fallen off. Don't know what that says about this microphone, but okay. I am back.
uh, you're fine. It's not like you actually really left.
Yes, true. You have a fair point. As in, back to the interview.
Yeah.
Just this weird bit on the side of my microphone, it always falls off, and I don't actually know what it's for. I think it's like a clip or something. To kind of keep it
Huh.
in the stand, but it stays in the stand either way. But I don't like having this little piece of like plastic, so I just kind of put it back. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of doing something different with my mic.
Mm.
So I'm not even sure how well I'm gonna sound.
You sound good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm pretty sure it sounds alright in the call, but I know if I listen to the recording because my mic's in a completely different position,
Yeah.
it might sound a little bit off compared to my other recordings.
Mm.
Uh, anyway,
Who knows?
yeah. The
Nice on you.
ever since, or really since, uh, uh words, yeah,
Words.
kind of since last week with the priest thing, that the the this has been going more or less like a podcast than an interview, uh,
Mm.
like originally intended. So I might start just relabeling my stuff as podcasts instead of just interviews because
Mm.
uh, that's more or less what it's becoming.
Yeah.
Like
There's just too much stuff to talk about, you know. Ends
yeah,
up things. Mm. Oops.
uh,
Me.
so I want to. So I'm kind of running out of stuff that I did want to talk about.
Mm.
So I'm gonna backtrack a little since
Sure thing.
we were kind of gassing other people up. Uh,
Yes.
and I want to ask. is there anyone currently that you feel that you'd want to shout out, like anywhere between 1 to 3 people that you feel has been doing a lot of work and deserves more attention? Because that's what we like to do, is bring attention to other people to
100%.
help them grow.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I'm asked this question, I always say Leah Love, just because I feel like her channel is so underrated in the sense that, you know, she can sing, she can rap, she can produce, like, honestly, really good at everything. And I really want to see her kind of grow and just, you know, continue being awesome and things. So yeah, Salia Love. I mean, there are so many people that kind of deserve to be much bigger than they are, but I feel like that'll really come with time, because I feel if you have as much talent as some of these people do have, it would take a lot to kind of halt that path. Let me see. I just need to think about this real quick. Breton, of course, Breton boy. But you know, he's already like really kind of taking off, net like just doing everything right. His new album, please, yeah, that is really really good. I recommend that album to everybody. Do go check that out. Breton Boy's new
Yeah,
album.
I was actually
Oops,
planning on
the
checking out.
microphone.
Ooh,
Uh,
shoot. You
he's
good?
amazing and really 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 nice. And then one more person. Let's think. There are so many what's the word, talented people. I mean, honestly, I feel like Freest is really underrated, and just he's really really good at what he does. His cipher verse in my Rick and Morty cipher. I
Yes.
remember I asked Afro Legacy first, and Afro was like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I'm like." I think he said, "I'm not sure I'm the best person for the job, but ask Freest." And then I asked Freest, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it for you." And then when I got the verse back, I was just in shock. Like it took me like a good 5 minutes just to like process how good it was, and like the little kind of small
That was my
puns.
favorite verse in the whole
Mm,
thing.
it's so amazing, and the voice as well, like the whole was absolutely
He
perfectly done.
sounds like Jerry in that.
Exactly, and
Like
it's just like, ugh, like call me
100%.
Pluto the way I plan it, like the way he says it, and then the little kind of small puns and jokes, like and the little references, like take a sip from like I told you so, of take a big sip, I told you so, or however that line goes. It's just really really well written, and he's just his lyrical ability and also his delivery and how funny he is. I feel it's so he's so underrated, and the talent is just, it's all there. People just need to flock and
Yeah.
go listen to him, you know.
So y'all heard it here. Definitely.
Y'all heard it from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. You're actually right. Um. Sit. I also kind of feel like Sailor You Love is someone who needs more attention.
Mm.
Breton Boy's definitely been on the rise. And I feel like I genuinely feel like Freest's uh, is very underrated and undersold, because
Oh, 100%.
he's been, like, the stuff that he's been putting out. Uh, it's been so good. Like
Mm.
he's even got a whole little Avatar EP, if I remember correctly.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I think
that
I heard of that.
and
Mm.
that's something. Like, I already listened to most of the stuff that he's uploaded to Twitch from it, or not Twitch. What am I saying? YouTube from it. But I also hear there's like a couple bonus tracks, if I
Mm.
remember.
Yeah.
So that might be exciting to listen to.
100%.
But he is he's kind of on. I would say he's kind of on point with like Connor Quest in terms of lyricism.
Oh yeah.
The way like he weaves words in and out so well, especially with the puns and wordplay that he does, and that's one thing I really appreciate.
100%. I don't know why, but whenever anybody mentions Conquest, like how good his lyrics are, I always remember that line from the Phantom Troop Cypher where it's like, I played too hard and now my toys are broken, and then in the background you hear, oh, I really like that. Sorry, it was really, really random, but it's just, I really like that line. Suicidal nature. I'm not suicidal. What was it? Yeah, I can't even remember my own lyrics. It's embarrassing. Let alone, other talented people in the industry community. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, that's a yawn. I guess, words. Anyways, I guess there's not really much else, or I didn't have too much else planned to talk about, unless there's anything else that you might want to mention.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you've covered many bases.
Yeah, we've covered that a lot.
Yeah, lots of great questions, and kind of just we went off on many tangents from those. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
Yeah. So, thank you again for coming on to the show. Before we end this, would you like to plug yourself first? Where can everyone find you? I'll probably have the links in the description, but
yeah. I am on YouTube. Links in the description below. Also on Spotify, SoundCloud, Twitch. I'm planning on streaming more on Twitch if you guys are interested in Twitch streams. And yeah, that's me. Oh, and Twitter and Instagram. Basically, most social medias apart from Snapchat, I am on those. Snapchat is so confusing to me. Like, I've never really understood it, and I don't know how to navigate the whole thing every time I try. So I just don't anymore. Yeah. Anyways, that's where I am.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to say to sign off?
Thank you so much for having me. I thought it was going to be interesting and fun, and it was interesting and fun. It was a really, really fun, nice experience. And yes, thank you so much for interviewing me / podcasting with me. Is that a I don't know.
Yeah. I'm probably starting next year. We'll start labeling this as a podcast.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. With that said, thank you all. If you've made it this far into this, definitely be sure to check out HalaCG everywhere. And we will see y'all later. I'll probably have one more video out for the year. And then starting next year, I'll probably have a podcast instead of doing interviews. With that said, bye everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. I have no idea how else to really end this. So
thanks for watching, and have a great day. I'll just